want to get to this story. Didn't get to it earlier. There's been so much news about the Bears, and hey, probably on purpose, right? Probably on purpose that the Bears went out and they hired their GM, hired their head coach, did all this celebratory press conferences, right? Because this story is pretty big. No one's going to talk about it. No one has talked about it, to my knowledge. I'm probably one of the only outlets who even cares about this story and this player specifically. For those of you who've watched me for years, you know I've always cared about this player. And no, it's not Mitch Trubisky. It's Allen Robinson. He's always been mischaracterized. Always. This past year, great example. No effort? Really? Everybody said, oh, he's lazy. He's such a bum. You got to get rid of him. Well, how about this for a report? A few days ago, Robinson revealed Matt Nagy and the Bears head coach didn't meet with him following the conclusion of the 2020 season. The situation apparently led to Robinson feeling like the team was moving on from him, which isn't exactly ideal. Interesting. So, who's really to blame for his tough 2021 season? I'll hang up and listen. I never once blamed Allen Robinson for what's been happening. I've supported him since day one because mainly he's a good wide receiver. Now, more than anything, he's a good player. The guy hauled in 100-plus catches with Mitch Trubisky and with the rotation of quarterbacks last season. Nobody does that. Every single wide receiver that you know in the NFL, with the exception of a few, rely on the quarterback. It's a quarterback and wide receiver connection. There are numerous guys who've had great years in the NFL because of their quarterback, not because of their skill set. Their quarterback. There's a connection. Look at Darnell Mooney. Look at Cole Kmet. Cole Kmet's a bust, okay? He's a bust. But you know what? Got a lot of opportunities this year because Justin Fields preferred him. Darnell Mooney. Justin Fields preferred him. Allen Robinson hurt. And now, as we know, here's proof, sabotaged. When I saw this report, I was so disgusted and appalled. I don't understand it either. And I gave him all the credit in the world. Allen Robinson deserves all the credit. All of it. Played all year, didn't open his mouth, was being sabotaged behind the scenes, didn't say a word until the season ended. Not a drama queen. Played his heart out. And yes, you know what? I can understand why he didn't give maximum effort. You're not going to give your best if you're not wanted. You're not going to care if you're neglected. He was neglected. He was sabotaged. It's a joke. And I think really everybody should be apologizing to Robinson. And I saw the comments on Twitter. I was just shocked this year. He's a bum. He's horrible. Are you kidding me? 100-plus receptions past 2 years. Great signing by the Bears, free agency-wise. Overall, we're going to sit here and disparage a key part of this offense? For what? I have no clue why this wasn't reported on, why nobody cared about it. It's kind of a joke to me, you know? Same with the Mitch Trubisky thing. No, John, what are you talking about? It's old news. Well, you know what? It still deserves to be covered. Just because it's old news doesn't mean it means nothing. It's a further indictment on Matt Nagy, what he did to his players, why he should never be a coach again, and why Allen Robinson has been unfairly judged. Allen Robinson has been unfairly evaluated for the entirety of the 2021 season. He wasn't wanted. He was neglected. Wasn't used. Didn't play a lot. Not his fault. The ball never went to him. And don't sit here and tell me, oh, no separation, didn't try hard. Do you see the report? Matt Nagy blew him off. Some coach, huh? What a great coach. And it's such a shame for Robinson. I feel like it's all been done on purpose, truthfully. I mean, think about it. Comes out, supposed to have a big payday, doesn't play, doesn't get any opportunities, and now it's over. And that's how it ends for him here. And now we know it was Matt Nagy pulling the strings. Why is there no outrage about this? You know, I've never seen a fan base and media just so flippant, not caring about situations like this. You know, if this was New York or Philadelphia, oh my goodness, this would be talked about for weeks. Weeks. And here, oh, who cares? Move on. Stop living in the past. No, we're going to talk about this. It's a joke. The fact that Allen Robinson, a top-tier wide receiver, was treated like this is a scam. And he shouldn't stay here. Go. Find an organization that cares about you. Find somewhere you're going to be treated nicely. Like you matter. Not here. No way. Go. I don't even want him to come back. Stick it up to the Bears. Stick it up their butt. Go somewhere else and kill it. And show everybody you're not washed, because you're not. Allen Robinson is not washed up. This was a smear campaign. Not his fault. Why am I so passionate about this? Because he did so much for this team. That's why I care. Think about what he's done the past couple of years besides last year. Think about 2018, 2019, 2020, what Allen Robinson accomplished with this team. Historic stuff. 1,000-yard seasons, 100-plus catches. Say what you want about Mitch Trubisky. If you think Mitch Trubisky's a bust, Allen Robinson still put up great numbers with Mitch Trubisky, with Nick Foles, when Chase Daniel started. Didn't rely on his quarterback to succeed. He just went out and did it because he's that good. And that's the thanks you get. Being blown off at the end of the year for a pretty important meeting. And this year, getting no opportunities. I wonder why. That's weird. But no, we're going to sit here and call him a bum, right? We're going to sit here and blame him, say he's not shown any effort, and that he's the real problem. Give me a break. Allen Robinson was never a problem. Goes to show you his character, too. Never brought this up till the time was right. Didn't want to be a distraction. Didn't want to cause problems for this team. Wanted to keep quiet and help them win. Shows he's a team player. Team guy. Loves his team. I mean, this whole story shows character. The whole story shows who Allen Robinson is as a person. He has great character. Outstanding character. To keep quiet about this, to put the team first, to receive all this criticism from fans, people who praised him a year ago, to turn on him. And he said nothing. Kept quiet, didn't say a word until now. That's amazing discipline on his part. I've never seen that sort of discipline before. Never. Just a word of wisdom. Always think twice before you criticize. There's always two sides to every story, too. Unfortunately, we didn't know Allen Robinson's side until now. But if you watched me for the whole season, you knew something was up. I knew something was up. It was obvious. He was being sabotaged. He was being screwed. How does a guy go from 100-plus catches, 1,000-plus yards with Mitch Trubisky and Nick Foles to 300, 400 with everybody's favorite phenom rookie quarterback? Okay, if anything, Justin Fields should be relying on Allen Robinson, like Mitch Trubisky did. You knew something was up, and now we know. It was a hit job. The whole point of it was to try and probably hurt his value in free agency, which is ridiculous. We know the point of it. It's a joke. It's wrong. This shows who Matt Nagy truly is. If Matt Nagy ever gets another head coaching job, I'm going to be irate. I'm actually going to be sad for the fan base who inherits him. I'll make a video about it too, and I'll rant and rant for days because all this stuff has been shown. Sabotaged Mitch, sabotaged Robinson. I mean, what kind of a person do you have to be? You know? Everybody said he was a nice guy, seemed like a nice guy, and why the hell are you screwing two of your players? You know, football's a camaraderie, right? 53 guys on a roster, all together, all the time. Wouldn't you want the best for each one of your players? And I had an old coach in baseball when I played. He always said, you guys are my kids. You're not just my players, or you're not my first baseman or my pitcher. You're all my kids. I want what's best for all of you. That's how it should be, right? But no, we had petty grudges. We had blowing off meetings. And we had two guys who are somewhat talented, Robinson more so than even Trubisky, more dissatisfied and are probably going to be gone. That's a problem. Nobody cares. Nobody does. And I'm sure I'll see a couple of comments on this video saying, why do you care now, John? It's all in the past. Move on. Be excited about Eberflus and polls. I could still be excited or cautiously optimistic while calling out this bad behavior. What happened to Allen Robinson was injustice and was a joke. I'm surprised he's not suing the NFL, or Matt Nagy, at least. He was sabotaged. Proof right here. Sabotaged. Had a great 2020 season with a rotation of quarterbacks, mind you. End of the year, wants to meet with his coach, talk about the next season, talk about future plans, blown off. And here's the worst part. Everybody has the audacity to say he's a bum, not trying, bad effort, get him out of here. Everybody wants Allen Robinson out of town now based on 2021, when in fact he was sabotaged. That doesn't sit right with me. He's a great wide receiver. Proven it time and time again. Not his fault, wasn't used. He wasn't used. Wasn't cared about. Neglected. I'm just so disappointed in how this worked out for him. I wish him all the best. I hope he finds a team that cares about him. But it's a real pain that he had to go through this too. So, mark that another win. Draw the W for this program. We knew it. And those of you, some of you, agreed with me too when I made videos about this throughout the year. That's Matt Nagy, strike two. Sabotages his quarterback, now a wide receiver, his top wide receiver. And many people wonder why his offense didn't work. Well, when you're sabotaging your two weapons, your top two weapons, and you're a supposed offensive guru, yeah, not going to work. The right guy got fired for sure, but Mitch Trubisky's gone, and Allen Robinson's going to be run out of town too. So everybody's a victim for Matt Nagy acting like an ass. That doesn't sit right with me. Thanks for watching today's show here at BPOD TV, channel 59.3 in Roku. Really appreciate the time. Remember, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Jon Z Sports and on Facebook at Jon Zaghloul. If you want to watch more of this show, search up Sports Talk Chicago, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and sportstalkchicago.com. And make sure you tune in every night at 10:30 right here on BPOD TV. So long, everyone.